Hi ladies, it's Estella with Decor Moreno. Hey, I'm gonna do a live video. I know it's really late, but I'm up working and I just want to share this with you. I am making a paper flower wall, and I know paper flowers are really popular and really cute on backdrops, and that's exactly what I'm making for a wedding. So I wanted to show you and give you a little DIY on how you can make your own, because it's not that hard and it is all stuff you can buy at your store. If you don't know what a paper flower is, this is a paper flower, and you see them in Pinterest all the time on backdrops, different designs, different shapes, and people's home decor. They're super easy to make, and I just want to share it with you. So I'm going to turn this around here and show you my little crafting area. Me and my helpers have been super busy all weekend cutting and crafting to make these paper flowers. So I'm going to show you a couple different designs, but they all get assembled pretty much the same. The first thing you want to do is pick your colors. We're doing all white, but you can do your wedding colors. I mean, you can pick a coordinating shades of colors. You can do all sorts of cute designs. So to get started, you mount the paper on a paper circle. Oops, sorry about that. You cut out just a circle. It's super easy. You could just trace a cup or something. You want a decent size to give your flower a good base to stick to. All the petals are going to get glued on here. So I have this paper cutter maker from, the circle maker from EK Tools, and it's super easy. This one cuts 4 different sizes of circles, as you can see here, and I use the biggest one to mount them on. And before we get started, let me tell you about what you'll need. To do just a few, all you need is some scissors, your hot glue gun, and plenty of paper. I have here things that you can also use is my crafting mat. If you do a lot of crafts, you probably already own one of these. I'm going to add wire to some of them so that way we can hang them up on walls and backdrops. And then I'm also going to add Velcro to some of them. These are Velcro dots, and since we do so many weddings with different color combinations, we use these so we can stick them on and then remove them to backdrops. And these dots just get cut up like that. So I'm going to get started. I already have some circles cut out. Like I said, you can just trace a cup or a bowl and get your circle. Now I'm going to glue two circles together. This is construction paper, by the way. I get mine at Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to show you a pack so you know what I'm talking about. But you can get it anywhere that sells construction paper. The higher quality, the nicer they look. But it's just regular cardstock. This one's $4.99, and you always get half off at Hobby Lobby. Just about everything in Hobby Lobby goes half off every 2 weeks. So I get just regular cardstock, and they sell this stuff already in coordinating color packs, so that's super helpful. I'm going to glue, like I said, 2 circles together, and that's just going to give me a nice strong base. So I'm going to glue those 2 together. And on some of them I add wire, like on this one. I just take a piece of wire, wrap it up in there, and hot glue it. Actually, I'm going to do one for you so you know what that looks like, because it's super helpful to be able to hang them from places. If you want to use it on your wall, if you're hanging it from your backdrop, this is going to be super helpful because it's a lot harder to add the wire on later. Get that out of the way. So I just make a loop with the wire and just twist the ends together. And then I like to put a little dot to anchor it. And you use a lot of hot glue. I don't know if a lot of people don't know this, but hot glue works good on paper. It works really good. So I'm just gonna do a little dot in the center to anchor it, and then a dot on each side. And if you're here, let me know. I love to chat. I know most of you are probably watching your shows or going to bed, but this is what I'm up doing. My mom and my sister were here helping me earlier get some of these done. And this would be fun to do when you're having some wine with your girlfriends or your mom. Okay, you see, I just glued that in there. And you also need a stapler. I'm going to staple this right where the wire goes into the paper just to reinforce it, because since I rent stuff out, these are going to be used over and over and over. So we're going to keep our stapler handy. Okay, so here's our base. All of our petals are going to get glued onto this base. Now, you can do any shape of petal you want. I cut mine by hand. I just think of a shape and cut it. Think of flowers and cut it. You can download templates on Pinterest or Etsy for free. You can buy templates. I just do all sorts of shapes. I love this little shell shape. And in each shape, I do a small, a medium, and a large. Here's a teardrop shape. This one's kind of a heart shape, and each shape will give you a different looking flower. These oval shapes come out like roses, and the pointed ones kind of look like daisies or lotus flowers, and the rounded ones kind of look like tulips. You can do all sorts of sizes. I just do mine by hand, and I fold it in half to get this both sides the same. But don't think you have to do this perfect. Flowers are not made perfectly or symmetrically, so don't worry if you think your shape looks a little wonky. It's going to come out cute. Now, once I get a shape cut out, I use my stencil to cut out a bunch, and I'm not going to lie, I did not cut out all of these. My amazing helpers helped me out, and I gave them the stencils, and they went out and cut. You can see I have my small, my medium, and large leaves in here. So I had amazing help this weekend, and they busted out 6 different designs. I think we went through 300 pieces of paper. So they were amazing. They helped me out. So once you get your leaf cut out, all leaves get a little slit in the middle. This is what's going to give it texture. When you slit it in the middle, you are going to fold it, and you see how it automatically gives it that texture? Now this leaf, I'm going to bend back a little, and that will help with the texture also. I'm going to use my pen and just roll it over and give it a nice little shape there. And then I'm going to use that slit, fold it over on itself, and staple it. Now that one is ready to be glued on the base. And I'm going to show you another one I do. This shell-shaped one, I'm going to roll it over here on this edge. And this just gives it texture, makes it look lifelike. I'm going to roll it over here. And you see it has a nice texture now, and it'll hold its shape for a while. I'm going to make my little slit, and then when I fold it over, you see how it gives it a nice texture, makes it stand up. And actually I don't like that. I think I'm going to roll it back one more time in the middle. And you really are just trying to make it look like a petal on a flower. Like I said, on Pinterest, it gives you can look up all sorts of ideas. It'll give you some cute shapes. They're easy to recreate. So again, I'm just going to fold over. And you see now it has nice texture, and this also makes it stand up, so they're not just laying flat. Like you can see these ones I've already done, how they stand up. They really have shape. They're really 3D. Because of all that folding and bending, that's what creates that shape and makes it change from flat paper to pretty flowers. Okay, I'm going to do some of these here. As you see, my mom and my sister were helping me out. We have a ton of different petals already shaped. So I'm going to make one of these. This is the teardrop shape, and we just rolled it back here. I'm going to start with my largest leaf, and you start from the largest leaf and you work your way to the center. I'm going to glue these larger leaves just right at the edge of the circles. And be careful because I've burnt myself a million times tonight. And you just glue the large leaves around the edge of the circle. And bear with me, I'm going to do this while we're here, because because it can be a little complicated, but once you get it down, they're super easy to make. So don't be intimidated. This is something you can DIY for your wedding. And if it doesn't turn out, you can just throw them away. But it's super easy. I've never made an ugly flower, in my opinion. I don't know, someone else might disagree. But they're easy to do, so don't be intimidated. You can do a few of these for your wedding backdrop, a baby shower backdrop. And they take about 4 to 5 leaves of each size. That's how I make mine. You can make yours fuller, or you can design it to be less full. But it takes about 15 to 20 petals for each flower. And I'm just going around and gluing it to the edge. And don't worry if you don't think it's on there very well. I mean, you're going to put a decent amount of glue. I'll show you how much I put. I put a nice thick strip of glue on there. I don't know if you can see. If you're watching, let me know if you can see with this lighting. I know it's not very well. It's already dark outside. And I'm in my kitchen, by the way. I usually go live from the store, but I'm home working in my kitchen tonight. And there's our first level of leaves, or petals. And then this is the medium size. It's the same shape as the larger ones. And now I'm just going to go around right on top of the others and put in the next layer of medium leaves. Now I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 large leaves, and I'll probably use 5 medium. If you have any questions, ask away while I get this put together. And a little trick I'm going to tell you is, if you're worried about how your leaves are positioned, I just imagine there's a little dot, and you can even draw a little dot in the center of that circle. And I just center all my leaves to that dot. And if you're a visual person, you can probably just do that thinking about it. But if not, just think where I line would be down the middle of that flower, of that petal, and I just line that up with the dot I made in the center. And that'll help your leaves, your petals, look a little more symmetrical if you're worried about them getting glued on sideways or something. And I make really girly flowers, but if you just look on Pinterest, paper flowers, they have like safari themed flowers. They have some really cute stuff that's not just for weddings and girly stuff. They have all sorts of decorations that can be used for boy parties or in your home, rustic looking flowers and stuff like that. So don't think you have to make it super girly and fluffy, is what I call it. Hey Mina, I see Mina's on watching tonight. I know she does some DIY stuff. Alright, there's our middle, our medium layer. And you see it's coming together, you're seeing it looks like a flower now. And now I'm going to go around and use our small leaves. They're same teardrop shape, and I'm going to go around the center. And I like to do mine kind of in the middle. You see how these two, I'm going to line this one up right there in the center. I feel like it just gives it a little more texture and it's a little more realistic. And for me, these are super fun for backdrops. It just really adds that pop of color. And you can do them in any color. I've seen them done in patterns and stuff like that. And if you're doing just a couple of these, you can easily do 2 or 3 in one evening and be set. Alright, if you have any questions, let me know. If I'm going too fast, ask me a question or ask me to back step. I can do that for you. Okay. Now wedding season's coming up, so I'm imagining a lot of you girls who are getting married in the fall are doing your DIY stuff now. It's mid-August, and I know those last minute details are coming together for you. Okay, now I have our center layer kind of done. Now this one, I feel like it's kind of done, and I don't use a pattern, I don't have a template, I just kind of go with what I feel. Now with that circle cutter, I cut out some small circles too, and I just use those to top off the center. Now with some of these other ones I've made, I've fringed paper. With the rose ones, I do a little center. This one has that fringe center. You can do a fancy center. Sometimes I get a piece of glitter paper, and I use that as a center in an opposite color or metallic, and that looks really cute. When I'm done, I'll show you some of the other ones I've done in the center. And as you can see, you're going to use a lot of hot glue to keep it together. And I'm just going to put that circle right there in the center. And there it is. I didn't time myself, but I think that took about 5 minutes to put together. Of course, you have to cut out all the leaves. And you can see this one has the wire on the back, so we can hang this easily from a wall. And you can do it in any color you like, any color paper you can find. It's going to look really cute. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to come show you what I do to mount them. Of course, with this wire one, you can put a nail or a command strip on the wall and hang it from your wall. Or what I do for backdrops is I'll either hang it from a backdrop or turn it around. Or I like to use this, what is it called, foam board. I'm going to turn you around. Okay, as you can see, there's our paper flower we just did. And here are all the petals we have cut out. All these petals I get to put together. And then, of course, all of our other petals we've cut out. And here are a few of the other flowers I showed you. This is kind of the rose. And this one's a giant one. I don't know if you can see, it stands about a foot. Oh, excuse the dirty dishes. Off there. And this one's kind of that lotus flower looking one. I'm going to come show you some ones I've already completed. We're going to do a whole wall. So look out for pictures. It's going to be gorgeous. And of all white paper flowers. That rose one down in there. And I've done all of our pointy ones. That's why there's so many pointy ones. I'm going to do other designs. Now I'm just going to use foam board. Same thing that they used for kids' school projects. I'm going to hot glue some of them. And you can arrange them really nicely. And I am going to Velcro others. So if I want to change out the colors, I can just take some off, exchange the colors, and create a cute little design. And that's it. I mean, it's not hard at all. You can use them in your backdrops. You can use them for all sorts of stuff. So if you have any questions, be sure to let me know below. I'll try to answer them. And if you have anyone that you think could do this project, share it with them. I'd appreciate that. If you like stuff like this on our page, if you'd like me to show you how to do crafts, like this video. I would love to share more craft stuff because doing weddings, I'm crafting all the time. I craft a lot of our stuff. As you know, if you're getting married, you're going to be doing a lot of DIY, a lot of crafting, a lot of putting stuff together for your wedding. So that's what we do. And of course, if you want to rent our flower wall, just get a hold of us and we can rent that to you. But yeah, let me know if there's any other wedding crafts or any other party crafts you'd like to know, like to see us do, like to see us demonstrate. So yeah, share our pictures if you do, share some pictures if you do make some, and I'll be sure to put our pictures of our flower wall on our Facebook page after the weekend is done. So bye, have a good night. Thanks, ladies.